Alright, what's going on, guys? So the goal today is going to be to catch some spawning sunfish. So it is late March as I am recording this, and hopefully we can get some larger bluegills and maybe even some reddier sunfish closer to shore that are either on beds or getting ready to go on beds. And then the second goal is going to be to stay dry. So it's been cloudy all day, but it hasn't been raining. And of course, as soon as they get to the lake, it starts drizzling a little bit. So hopefully that passes and we can stay dry, and hopefully we can get some nice larger size panfish here close to shore. Hopefully some nice size bluegills, and I would love a reddier. It's also a little windy. So let's do that and let's see what happens. Alrighty, so here's the lake we are going to be fishing. Lure for the day is a little soft plastic on a jig head. The soft plastic is a little Z-Man Tiny Ticklers. It's a little full body tube. Went with like the chartreuse color just because I already had this like chartreuse colored jig head tied on. And when I can, I like to match. So we'll flip this thing around and we'll see if we can get some panfish. So I haven't been to this lake in about a month or so, but springtime is usually really good here because this lake does have a pretty good bluegill population, and usually this time of year they're inshore making more bluegill. So hopefully we can run into some. There we go. What do we got? It's a mine cichlid. Alright, so it took a couple bites to get our first fish on the bank, and unfortunately it's not one that I really want to catch. These guys fight pretty well, but I'm not a fan just because they're not native. They're native to Central America, and I would much rather catch the native bluegills, red ears, bass, that sort of stuff. So we'll get this thing back and hopefully we can find some of the natives. Oh, got him. Oh, that's a largemouth. Let's get this guy up here. Alrighty, so first bass of the day. Would much rather catch these guys than the mine cichlids. This guy hit kind of right on the edge here, right as I was about to pull my lure out of the water. Still no sign of any sunfish, no bluegills, no red ears. But let's keep going, see if we can find one or hopefully some of those. Got him. That's a bigger Mayan. This guy's pulling well and wrapping himself up in all of this algae. I'm gonna pull like 2 pounds of algae in with this thing. There's gonna be more algae on the end of this, at least by weight, than there is fish. Look at this. This is a mess. All right, let's take a look at this thing. And here is our big and annoying mine cichlid. Still no sign of any of the fish that I want to catch. So far, just 2 mine cichlids and a bass. Got him. That's another Mayan. Come on. All right, another mine cichlid. I know a lot of people don't like these lip grippers. but it just makes handling these fish so much easier, because some of them get really, really feisty. And honestly, it might even be better for them in the long term, because I could get them back in the water a lot quicker than trying to fumble them around on land and whatnot. But yeah, no sign of any sunfish yet. Let's keep going, try to find those. Got him. That's probably another mine based on the way it pulled. Just pulled straight down. It's still pulling straight down. A largemouth probably would have pulled up, and a bluegiller already would not have pulled this much. So, how'd you know? Is that a tilapia? Like, okay, maybe it's a tilapia. Could have sworn it was a Mayan. It is a tilapia. Is it? Yep, this is going to be a really big spotted tilapia. All right, so this is a big one. Could have sworn it was a Mayan cichlid, but I guess a tilapia also makes sense. Don't get these guys anywhere near as often on this lake, but I have caught them before. But they are definitely less common than bluegills, so I am surprised we got one of those before we got a bluegill. But let's keep going and try to find at least one bluegill today. Got him. What do we got though? It's a bass, which I like better than the Mayan cichlid and tilapia, but not as much as I would have liked a sunfish of some type. Alrighty, so largemouth number 2. Nice one. Colors on this one are also pretty cool. It's got like a little bit of a blue shimmer to it. So yeah, cool catch. Like them better than the cichlids and the tilapia. We're running out of lakeshore here. Got maybe another 200 yards or so of fishable access here on this lake. So let's see if we can catch a sunfish somewhere along these last 200 yards. Got him, lost him. It was a little one, and this has kind of been what has been happening a lot today. Somewhere about maybe 10 or 12 times I've had like a small hit, just kind of grab the tail and pull, then my lure comes back looking like that. So I'm thinking at least some of those were probably some bluegills that couldn't get their mouth around the entire lure, mainly around the hook part. And they've just kind of been grabbing the tail and pulling, which is why I've been getting a good amount of bites, but no hookups. So hopefully, I'm running out of shoreline here, but hopefully we can run into a larger bluegill that can actually get the whole lure, at least up to the hook point, into its mouth. Oh, that's a small one. What is it though? Is that a bluegill? It is a bluegill. Let's go. Alrighty, so this took long enough, but we finally got one bluegill, and it was certainly small, but thankfully it was big enough where it could get its mouth around the hook point. And on that note, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. It's been raining moderately now for like 20-30 minutes. And we don't have much shoreline left to fish anyway, so at least we got one sunfish. All right, let's go ahead and let's wrap it up. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it. A little bit over an hour of fishing, and we got one bluegill. Thought we were going to get a whole lot more than that this time of year on this lake. There's usually a lot of them close to shore. Unfortunately, we just caught one today. 3 Mayans, 1 spotted tilapia, 2 largemouth bass, I think. but I also think I got more hits from some bluegill that just kind of bit the tail, pulled, and then my lure would come back kind of looking like that. They just weren't big enough, and usually bluegills aren't big enough to get like this entire thing in their mouth. But mine cichlids, largemouth bass, even apparently spotted tilapia are big enough to get their mouth around this entire thing. And that's kind of always been my problem with Z-Man lures. Let me talk while I get this little algae off my line. There we go. They are really, really good lures, but they're not panfish lures. Even the Micro Finesse collection, they're just small versions of bass lures. These are bass lures that were just kind of scaled down. I wish Z-Man would make some more like true panfish lures that are like 1.25 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. Their entire Micro Finesse collection, I think, is either 1 3/4 inches like this, or even 2 inches. And I think a 1 3/4 inch or a 2-inch lure is just too big for most bluegills and most sunfish that people are really mainly going to be catching when they're targeting panfish, when they're ultralight fishing, and the rain's picking up a little bit. Sure, like a crappie is going to have a pretty easy time going after this, but it would also have an easier time going after 1.5-inch lure. So I really wish these lures were just a little bit smaller, because I love their durability. This is the same one I've been using all day, and it's still in like brand new, perfect condition, even after all those catches. And mine cichlids with some like traditional soft plastics made out of traditional materials, they'll rip them to shreds after just one fish. So that's gonna do it. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next time.